internet, my name is Sisley and welcome back to my channel. So today we're finally listening to Taylor Swift's newest album, Lover! I am so excited for this. It is one of the biggest albums of the year. Of course, everybody's always excited for Taylor Swift music, but this era in particular I am very excited about because of a couple of things. Well, first of all, the music's great so far. I've heard the 3 songs from this album and they've all been really cool. No, actually I think it was 4. Anyway, they're all really cool, but also just the aesthetic of this era. I mean, look at the album artwork. It is pastel heaven, and who am I without pastels and bright colors? Her music videos have been especially bright this era. Like, I haven't seen Taylor be this bright and colorful. Really shows that she's having a good time right now, and I'm really happy for her. So I cannot wait to dig into this album and see what the rest of it is all about. But before we start, if you enjoy my videos and feel like supporting me beyond watching them, please consider supporting me through Patreon. I'll put a link to my Patreon page in the description, and also a big thank you to the people who are already supporting me on there. I love you guys so much. Your support means the world to me. It helps me out a lot. I am very grateful. But yeah, there are 18 songs on this album, so we better get to it. So without further ado, let's click play and let's see what Lover by Taylor Swift is all about. The first track is called I Forgot You Existed. That is hilarious. I can't wait. Oh, that already looks fun. Oh, I already love this. This is gonna be fun. Oh. Oh. That is pretty. I love this melody. Oh. This is so minimal. Like, you would think that this kind of chorus would have like a big, grand sound, but it's just like some beat and then like a quiet background synth. Interesting. I really like these lyrics. That's fun. Oh, that's fun. This is the prettiest part. This melody is so good too. Next track is called Cruel Summer. I've heard a lot of good things about this one, so I can't wait for that. Oh. Am I hearing Jack in the production? I love those backing vocals. Oh yes. Oh, that's pretty. Not as exciting as I thought it would be, but the melody sounds pretty generic. Those backing vocals are my favorite so far. Just the way that they do harmonies and the rhythm that when they write songs together and produce together. It's very distinctive. God, those harmonies are really pretty. Oh, I love how this sounds. Oh fuck, that's good. Oh, that's good. That's really good. This is the best part of the song. And this is a Lover, of course. When I first listened to the song, I was expecting more, but it has grown on me through the like 5 times that I've listened to it so far. I really like how her voice sounds in the song. Like, this melody is really pretty. Like, this arrangement feels like, you know, it's gonna be one of those songs that you're gonna play in fall or in winter when you're like cozy under the blankets. You know, it's that kind of cozy song. I love that line. This line is relatable. I swear I'll always be over dramatic. There's something really special about this melody. I don't know what it is, but I really like it. And her voice just sounds so good here. Okay, next one is The Man. I've heard a lot of things about this song online. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh. This. This is the shit that I'm talking about. Ooh. She is doing the most right now. This is the kind of song that should have been in Reputation. This is kind of angry song that I love. Oh, this is so fucking good. Like, the production is pretty average, but I mean the lyrics is definitely the highlight of this. Next up is The Archer, aka best song so far. God, I love the sound. I just really love the vibe of this and the lyrics and just everything. It's an overall well-balanced song. Those lyrics are so good. I know that the first time I reacted to this, I was like, oh, I expected more from the production. But I feel like it's quite fitting. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Next song is called I Think He Knows. Oh, that's fun. Oh. This production is... Oh, fuck. I love those vocals. I don't like the instrumental. So, like, it's a balanced middle. Like, it sounds good in the verse, but, like, the chorus is, come on, make something strong and powerful to match the vocals. Like, I'm loving the melodies so far. Imagine if it actually had a powerful instrumental. The power that the song would have. Like, her vocal sounds so good here. That's so pretty. Oh. Okay. Now that's more like it. That's really fun. I feel like it's still missing something. But the melodies in this are so good. Next one's called Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince. Not very exciting so far. Oh. That's a fun line. Finding it hard to connect with the song at all. Like, it's just kind of there. Like, so far there's nothing exciting about that song. And I kind of feel bad, because it's not a bad song, it's just like, doesn't make me feel anything. Okay, that's a little bit more fun. Oh. That sounds really good. Oh yeah, now that was good. Okay, so that bridge was the only part of the song that was exciting. Oh, there's that melody again, I like that. Next song is called Paper Rings. Oh, hello there. Oh. I like that. Oh. I love how she's singing here. Ah. I love this! It's so bouncy! Yes, I love this a lot. That was... Yes. This pre-chorus is everything. Definitely the best song so far. Those lyrics are really fun too, I like that. Oh? Oh yes. That reminds me of the fun punk rock songs from like the early 2000s, and I love that. That is pretty. Oh, hit me with that last chorus. Best song on this album so far. I don't know, maybe there will be more amazing ones. I'm sure there will be. And this is like so special, I love it! Next song is called Cornelia Street. I like that sound. I like that line. I really like the layering of the vocals here. I like how this beat sounds. I like how this sounds. This part. Like these lines, these accent phrases sound so amazing. I really like the feel of the song, like it's low-key, but it's nice. Like this is a pretty simple and low-key song, like I said, but it makes me imagine scenarios and things and get creative. Like it makes me inspired. Next one's called Death by 1,000 Cuts. That's gonna be interesting. Interesting. That is pretty. I don't know what's going on, but it's pretty. I love this melody. And I love the instrumental here. Oh? Hello? What is that in the background? Oh, that's a piano, but really fast. I like that. Oh, I like that line. I really love the production on this track so far. I love how this sounds so much. There's something so nice about it. I don't know. Oh, that was so good. Oh my god. I love this part. Wow. This production is really something special and the melodies are just so good. Everything's really good about this. I love those lyrics. Next track is called A London Boy. Okay. The accent, of course. Oh! That's so much fun! I love it! I mean, it's so cheesy. But the melody is so good. Oh my god, this literally sounds like those Tumblr girls who saw David Tennant in Doctor Who for the first time, and they're like, or like Benedict Cumberbatch in Sherlock, and they're like, oh my god. I mean, I'm not saying I wasn't one of those people at that time. I really love this melody in the chorus. Oh, she sounds so pretty here. Oh, this melody is so satisfying. I just love a good old-fashioned love song, especially when it's cheesy. God, this instrumental is so good too. This is called Soon You Get Better, featuring Dixie Chicks. Oh. Is that a banjo I'm hearing? Because I love banjo so much. Fuck yes. God. Literally, I go feral every time I hear a banjo nowadays. And these lyrics are really pretty, but I'm just like, I'm loving this vibe and the arrangement and the fucking banjo. Yes. Huh. Interesting. I mean, this is heartbreaking. Really is sad. Oh. I'm literally torn between two emotions right now, sadness and just excitement. This one's called False God. I love that rhythm. I love the saxophone. Other than the saxophone, it's pretty uninteresting so far. Like, it's a nice song to just have in the background, but nothing's really catching my attention in it, so I don't really comment on it. Next up is You Need to Calm Down. This album has been so long I even forgot that there are still singles from this era that that were not in the beginning of the album. Like, I entirely forgot about this. This is still very powerful. This still sends chills down my back every time. I mean, have you ever heard anything prettier in your life? I don't think so. I know, right? Oh, that's pretty. That line. Take several seats. That's also a phrase from Stan Twitter. That line is fucking iconic. That bridge is really good. I didn't appreciate it at first. Next song is called Afterglow, and I really love that word and what it means. Ooh. I really like those lyrics so far. I love how this sounds. I absolutely love the vocals here. I really like these lyrics. And the way that her vocals are produced in this especially. It just sounds so good. Like, it is so clear and crisp and just, I don't know how to describe it, but yes. That is really good. I think that's the added reverb here. It really just makes it. And also the harmony too. Next up is Me, which was above. I didn't listen to it much, but it's a really fun song. God, I love the drums here. I love how it has sort of a marching rhythm. And this melody is really fun. God, it sounds so good. Everything, the rhythm, their vocals together. I just love how happy and upbeat this is. This is some good quality pop music. I feel like this is what pop music has always been about. And the second to last song is called It's Nice to Have a Friend. It is indeed very nice to have a friend. This is an interesting sound. It's nice to have a friend, okay. I love Pink Sky. Well, I love Pink in general. I love how there's no beat so far in this. And those vocals are really pretty. Oh. It is really nice. Why are there Christmas bells? Oh, it's church bells. And it's a really nice vibe. This is a really nice, unusual song. Oh, that is gorgeous. And the last song on the album is called Daylight. I'm liking this so far. Oh, mood. No, that's also a mood. Oh, that synth is so good. So fucking good. I hear you, Jack. This is really soft and nice. I like those lyrics. This is pretty chill, but I'm really enjoying myself. That is pretty. Nice backing vocals there. Oh, that is edited so pretty. I usually complain when vocals are really buried in a mix, but I feel like in this case it makes sense and it's really pretty. I really like how everything's kind of muddled together. Oh, we love a good piano. Okay, first of all, that last bit made me think about what I in general thought about this era before even listening to the full album. I was thinking about how, like Reputation was a very bitchy album. You could tell that most of it came from a place of bitterness and just being petty, just like bitterness and pettiness. A lot of the songs felt like that. I don't know how, but you can usually tell these things not just by the lyrics, but by the overall vibe that you get from a song. And this, especially when I heard the song The Man, I could tell the difference. I could immediately tell the difference. Like where your frustration comes from a petty place and where it comes from actual justified anger at something bigger than just one person, or a bad breakup or something like that. So I feel like this album was made from a better place than the Reputation was. And I feel like overall, not just that I love this album more because I love the aesthetic and I love the kind of pop music that this is, but in general I feel like it's a nicer album. It's a nicer album overall. In general, all the songs on average are better than they were in Reputation. I don't know, maybe it's just, well, those opinions are always biased, but that's what I feel like about this album currently. And it was 18 songs. It was a very long album. It was not that long in terms of the time frame, like it was just over 1 hour, I think. And I've listened to albums that are definitely over an hour, but in terms of, like each little song has its own story, its own concept, and I feel like there's just so much to talk about here. I don't know where to even begin. First of all, this album felt warm. It felt warm and soft and kind and colorful. Like I said, you can tell that it came from a good place, mentally and emotionally from a good and positive place. You can tell that Taylor is in love, and I'm really happy for her. Like, I listened to that first track, I Forgot You Existed, and like I immediately knew that this was gonna be a fun album, and there were so many fun songs in it. And even those that were not essentially fun, they were still mostly very warm, and even the few songs that didn't really captivate me or I didn't really have much to say about them, those songs were not bad. They were just like, kind of there. They were not my cup of tea, but they were not something that I would skip. I cannot wait to listen to this album as a whole in its full entirety, like over and over again, because I know that this will be the only thing that I will be listening to for the next few days. I think it's definitely one of Taylor's best albums. I don't think if for me it's better than 1989, but it's pretty close. I will have to decide when I listen to this a little bit more and then I listen to 1989 because I haven't listened to it in a while, but this is definitely up there. This is a really good album. It had some really profound lyrics, even though many of the topics were really simple, like she essentially sings about love, something that she's always done and something that she's very good at, but some of the lines are just so poetic. Of course, The Man was one of the highlights. I've heard a lot of people talk about that song on the internet, and it really deserves the praise because, like I said, it doesn't really come from a petty place. It comes from a very grounded argument in that, I spent all those years disliking Taylor Swift because it was deemed cool, and she was seen as a, just a petty woman who overreacts to things, and that's just very misogynistic way to view things because she's been through hell and back and she's been mistreated in the industry, coincidentally by men or not so coincidentally. And I feel like the lyrics really bring up a valid point, and that's a subject that's probably most famously was explored in Beyonce's If I Were a Boy, because men get away with a lot of shit, especially if they're white, rich, and famous. And I talked about this in my Kesha reaction. If you've seen that, I know some people found my channel from that, but male celebrities especially get away with a lot of stuff. They don't have to try as hard as girls in the same industry, in the same field, to prove themselves. Basically, they're not being seen as whiny bitches, and women a lot of the time are. And I just really love that Taylor spoke about this, and I've just been loving in general how recently she uses her platform to speak about injustices and just speak her mind about important issues. My favorite song from the ones that I hadn't heard before was definitely Paper Rings. Like, that beat, that rhythm, it was just captivating from the start. I love that rhythm in general, like that just made me want to dance and it made me happy, and I cannot wait to hear that track again. Another song that gave me mixed emotions, but not like in a bad way, was Soon You'll Get Better, because the lyrics were heartbreaking, but then also like I said, I go feral every time I hear a banjo these days because I'm big into country music these days. So I heard that and I was like, oh my god, like my mind is freaking out, even though the song is really sad. And it was such a beautiful song too. I can't wait to listen to it again, and this time not freak out because I heard 3 notes played on a banjo. London Boy was also a really good song musically, but I'm kind of conflicted about the lyrics because on one end I can relate because I've been there, but also they're just so cheesy and they really sound like, when you had your super hulock phase in 2012. People who have been on Tumblr at that time know what I'm talking about. You've seen some nerdy British TV shows and you just get obsessed with the accent and British boys are so they're so cool or cute or charming or whatever, that phase. So, it reminded me a lot of that. And that was in some ways a very cringy time for a lot of teens, so, some of us don't remember it fondly. But I mean, the song is cute. Another interesting track was Death by a Thousand Cuts. I really love that arrangement and the melodies. Everything just sounds so pretty. Also, the vocals and Afterglow, especially in the chorus. I don't know what it was about it, but it just sounded so ethereal, just my type. And in general, what I thought, especially in the second part of the album, I was thinking about how this is just really the best of pop music. This is what pop music is to me. I don't know what it is. I guess I just really like the style that Taylor Swift writes in. I feel like it's just a really classic style that, it never goes out of style. She's been writing songs a similar way for many years and it just sounds sounds fresh every time. Because like I love a lot of types of music. I love rock, I love electronic dance music, I love, you know, like harsher kinds of pop music, I love alternative stuff. You know, it all has its own charm to it, but it just makes me feel at home. It just feels right. It just makes me imagine things and dream about all the things, and gives me a lot of emotions, gives me inspiration. So I can't wait to hear this album again. What do you guys think about it? Tell me in the comments below which songs were your favorite. Tell me everything you loved about this album, because as Taylor said in these last seconds of this album, that you want to be defined by what you love, not what you hate. So let's talk about what we love about Lover. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Subscribe to this channel if you want to see my future Taylor Swift reactions. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time. I love you guys. Bye!